edition.
Here he is boarding the plane with his wife for a short 1-hour flight from Fort Worth, Texas to his home outside New Orleans. Estimated round-trip cost, $14,000. If he flew commercial, it would be as low as $180.
Now the obfuscation is going to just ramp up to like 11. Yeah, if you've seen Spinal Tap, you know what I'm talking about. This is obfuscation level 11. I'm just saying.
All right, so what do we make of that?
Yeah,
okay, here's the deal.
All right, what's the deal?
Here's the deal.
Okay.
It may be.
It may be. Okay. So here's the deal. Maybe.
In some cases, very frugal, wise, constructive, excellent stewardship for a ministry to have a private jet.
Very frugal, wise, constructive, excellent stewardship.
Okay.
Okay, just like businesses do, it may be frugal, it may be wise, it may be excellent stewardship.
I mean, you could be saving money, being frugal, excellent stewardships to own a private jet.
You look at it on a business basis, makes perfect sense, okay? And for others, it's an abuse. For others, it's fleecing the flock.
Which is it for Jesse Duplantis and which is it for Kenneth Copeland? Keep in mind, Kenneth Copeland, we know for a fact that he owns at least 3 private aircraft. One is the Cessna Citation 10, and the other is the Gulfstream 5. Just want to throw that out there.
When Creflo Dollar put out a request for $64 million for a new jet, I wrote an article why Creflo's not getting any of my dollars. And I understand pressure, and I understand an international schedule, and I understand that the crowds, everyone wanted to get near you, and he's a far more famous person on TV, so I understand that, okay? Understand all that. But I made it very clear why I differed with that and why I felt it brought reproach to the gospel. That being said, I said in the same article, it may be good stewardship for a ministry to have a private jet. They often share it with others, and then they break it down in order to get from here to here to here to here and do these meetings.
So it may be that, Kenneth Copeland's, is engaging in good stewardship.
And reach all these people, that we can't get to these places and do this unless we have a private jet. That's between that organization and God and their givers, okay? Because I don't know. I'm not there to sort that out. This much I know. When I travel overseas, when I go to India every year, when I just went to Korea, we work out a way, the ministries, large ministries that bring us over, they automatically pay a business class fare. Otherwise, we work out a way, we use miles to upgrade, we look for a good rate to be good stewards, because here's the deal. I'm going to be traveling, say my India trip, from when I leave my house to when I get there is about 40 hours, all right? And when I get there, often I get off the plane, I'm going to be speaking. Well, if I can have a setting where I can lay down and I can rest, and I always have writing deadlines when I could sit and write and have better focus, etc., it's a good investment.
I'm just speechless here. The fact that he is trying to compare a business class fare on an international flight to owning private jets is just absurd. Utterly absurd. In fact, let's do the math on this, shall we?
Disclaimer. All of the information you're about to hear has been hastily researched with the power of Google and common sense. Do not take any of the data at face value and realize that all of our information is relatively incomplete due to the secrecy in which Kenneth Copeland operates. All of our numbers are based upon conservative estimates. Thank you.
All right, everyone. Let's do some simple maths. According to Dr. Michael Brown, it's sometimes cheaper for ministries to own and operate their own private jet rather than flying on a commercial airliner. Today, we're gonna find out if that's true or not. Allow me to begin by putting up some numbers. According to the Kansas City Star, Kenneth Copeland purchased his Gulfstream 5 from actor-director Tyler Perry for an undisclosed sum in cash. According to Google, a brand new Gulfstream 5 goes for about $61.5 million. I can only imagine that Tyler Perry didn't want to lose a lot of money in that transaction, so we'll assume that he sold the plane for a little less than half of its asking price, say about $30 million. Then, we can add on top of that the additional expenses from Kenneth Copeland, who dumped $2.5 million worth of upgrades into the plane and bought a $17 million hangar to put it in. Whoa, these numbers are really starting to add up. So now we're sitting at approximately $50 million in expenses, and we haven't even flown the darn thing. Conservative estimates of maintenance, hiring a flight crew, and fueling the plane is approximately 10% of what you paid for the plane to begin with. So we're looking at an additional $3 to $5 million in upkeep annually. This isn't sounding very frugal to me, Dr. Michael Brown. You know what? I'm not gonna call you Dr. Michael Brown anymore. You're Dr. Obfuscation. Or how about Dr. Obs? Ooh, or even better, Doc Obs. Now you sound like a cheap dollar store Spider-Man villain who goes around telling people that New York City has 0 skyscrapers and just expecting people with working eyeballs to believe it. Anyway, back to math. So now, Kenneth Copeland has spent approximately $50 million to buy the plane and is spending an additional $3 to $5 million every year after that. So let's put the price at $53 million. Now let's take a look at the price of a ticket from, say, Chicago, Illinois to India. Depending on how and where you fly, it could be anywhere from $500 to about $1,600 if you fly cheap. If you were to fly business class, it jumps up to about $3,000. So let's go with an average of about $1,500. For that price, a single person would have to take, hold on, carry the 4, do the thing, plus minus quadratic equation, 35,333 trips to India before they would match 1 year of Kenneth Copeland's spending. All right, that's not entirely fair. Copeland has an entire team of people he has to take with him. Not on his private plane, of course. Can't have those plebeian demons interrupting his nappy time. So, for scale, let's send the Minnesota Vikings to India instead, which is at a minimum of 61 people. At $1,500, the Vikings could theoretically travel to India a total of 579 times before matching Kenneth Copeland. Wow. That's bad. But wait, it gets worse. All these calculations have been for just one private jet. Kenneth Copeland has 3. Nothing about these planes or Kenneth Copeland's ministries sounds remotely frugal, wise, or of good stewardship. Doc Obbs, your math is whack. I'd recommend remedial algebra if I thought it would help.